Welcome. I want to thank all of my viewers now on Patreon, all of you patrons who are contributing to this story. I'm really excited about it. This is really fun, and I can't thank you enough for helping me work this project out. I'm going to try and make it exciting and fun for you. So I've had this idea in mind for many years, but I never really fleshed out what the actual epic might be like. And so I wanted to sit down and brainstorm what some of the uh, things that happen in the real life of a bee are that could turn into plot points in an epic saga. And there's a lot of them. It's going to be really fun putting it all together. The the story should really work out as both an ancient saga and something that reads is allegorical to the life cycle of bees and things that happen in real beekeeping, um, for the story to really do what I want it to do. So I sat down and just wrote down a bunch of things that happen in the life cycle of a bee. There's birth, obviously. There's nurse bees. The young bees take care of the brood and the eggs that the queen lays. There's orienting. They have to fly in front of the hive and they orient to the sun. And they can go miles away and still find their way back home based on doing that one act, which is sort of an incredible thing. There's so many things like this about bees that when you hear about them, you're not going to believe that this little insect is capable of doing so many things. Those bees, as they age, turn into the foragers and go out and start collecting pollen and nectar. Um, there is so much material around the queens, and when this is great that they're we call them queens, so that reads right into the story. It's going to be a bit of a matriarchal story, I think. um, but we have queen making, which can happen for a variety of reasons. It can be supersedure, which is when the hive just decides that the queen isn't performing well enough. It's not like the queen is in charge. The collective hive of the workers is really what runs the show in many ways. They'll just kill her and take an egg and start a new queen. There can be emergency queens as well. If something happens to a queen, they can take an egg and make a special chamber and feed her royal jelly, and she will turn into a queen and go through the next cycle of things that are really filled with dramatic potential. When a queen is born, she makes this incredible noise called piping, um, which is literally it sounds like a trumpet, and it's literally a call to arms. And there will be a fight between her and any other queens that hear it. They will come find each other and duel. It's the only time that a queen will use her stinger, actually, her sword, perhaps, on another queen. It's the only time she won't use it. You can pick a queen up and handle her, and she won't sting you like a worker will. There's the also there can be murder. They can just go to a queen that's still in her cell and stab her right through the wall and kill her. So there's some really good interpersonal dramatic potential here, as well. Things like the virgin flight that a queen takes when she's a virgin bee, about a week old. She'll fly out to a place where the drones are known to congregate. No one knows how she gets this information, but it is passed on, which is an astounding thing. And she will mate with as many as 10, all of whom die in the act. And then she has to make it back to the hive. And if she doesn't, that can cause real problems for a hive. So really great dramatic potential there. A hive can go laying worker if something does happen to a queen. The worker bees can lay eggs, but they can only lay males, and the hive gets weird and mean, and it could be really great to have some ravaged hive scene. Like, this is just a dysfunctional place. What happened here? Could be great. And aside from swarming, which I want to save swarming for its own whole discussion because it's such an amazing thing. The other really great plot point we have is robbing, because one hive can find another hive and decide that they're just going to go in and steal the honey, and it turns into a literal battle. The invading bees will try and kill the queen if they see her. If they successfully do this to a hive, they will just take all of the stores. And some breeds of bees are more given to this behavior than others. So I have some really, really fun ideas for creating the different cultures of the hives and then tying them into different regions in the story. So there may be some English bees, there may be some German bees, there may be some Italian Lombards, and there may be some Russians, Carniolans from the Caucasus Mountains. So there's all kinds of really fun potential here to turn this into a great story. I've got, I think, the basic plot. I'll talk about this another time, but I've got the basic plot line and the basic, I don't know if they're going to be chapters or small books or how I'm going to do that, but there should be 3. And I have sort of a good idea of what the basic plot outline is at this point. And so I've got, as a result, some main characters. I've got to get names going, which is going to be fun because they should be meaningful names. So there's going to be some good research there. And so that's that. I'm really, really excited to be finally doing something that I've talked about for so many years. And once again, I can't thank the people who are joining Patreon to support me enough. It means a lot, and it means that I can actually do this. And look forward to making art, illustrations, jewelry, a sword, songs, and perhaps a book, a CD, and all of this is possible because of you. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon.